Thought Bubble Audio.
Look, up in the sky!
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to Beer with Geeks with Tim and Frank.
Who are you?
I'm Batman.
I am Iron Man.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Hi, Christopher. I'm Nero.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A couple of guys with a couple of beers and a whole lot of pop culture nostalgia.
Make it so, number one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles.
Name the dog, Indiana.
Life finds a way.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Now sit back and crack open a cold one, because it's time for Beer with Geeks.
It comes in pints?
Shaken, not stirred.
Great Scott!
I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
Hi, and welcome to Beer with Geeks, where two geeks geek out with beer. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, is my man who loves to talk about a quick edit. It's Frank. How are you today?
I am trailing along the best that I can.
That's good, Frank. I'm glad to hear that. Something pun, something dark side complete. What are you drinking today?
I am drinking a Stoneface half clip IPA, session IPA.
Ooh.
Yeah, told you I've been into some of the more like the lighter sessionable stuff that I can just sort of sip on and enjoy. So yeah, the Stoneface is like my local brewery. They're probably the brewery closest to where I live, and I love what they do. Their IPAs are not too heavy, and this one's a session besides, so it's even lighter, but it's nice and sort of crisp and very, very enjoyable. Not super bitter. I've been off the very bitter IPAs recently. I just can't. I don't really. Just not been feeling it recently. So glad to be enjoying
to it,
something.
my man.
Yeah,
Welcome to the good stuff.
Yep.
Not getting rid of those bitters.
There you go. What about you?
I recently went to a kind of a setting off party, and the people who were hosting it were not beer drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, when I was leaving, they were like, "You drink beer, take beer." And so I'm just kind of working through the what they had to offer, and so this is going to be weird, but I'm drinking a Sam Oktoberfest, Frank, because
nice.
that was one of the beers that I took home with me.
Nice.
And so totally wrong season, but it's gonna go bad, so you got to drink what you got to,
drink it. Yeah, you don't want to see good beer go
no,
bad.
and a Sam Oktoberfest is too good for it to go bad. And so I should note that this as of recording this episode, or when this episode comes out, it'll have been like 2 weeks ago. That I went to this party. So it's not like I went in October.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But it's free beer is free beer. I'm not complaining.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Free as in beer is always a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of good movies coming out this summer. Like
hopefully there are good movies coming out.
I mean,
this
a lot of
summer.
movies that look good are coming out, slated to come out this summer. I mean, after all these COVID delays and all the blockbusters being held back because they didn't want to, do straight to digital or anything. There's a lot of, primo blockbuster and even other styles of movies. But like, there's a lot of primo movies that are slated to be coming out, and I'm very excited. As I've been going to the theater more, gradually more and more. A lot of the trailers are catching my eye because that's really the only way I'm seeing trailers these days. I'm not like consciously sitting down and watching very many of them anymore, as I've made reference to on the show before. So when I see them, is typically either on TV or in the theaters. And there's a bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline that I'm very excited about. Yeah,
same. Actually, there's quite a number that I am, some that I wouldn't have expected to be excited about, and like others have like pushed their way up into my excitement level. Let's start in a really arbitrary order because I just have a list of movies that are coming out within the next couple of days to weeks to months. Let's start with Pixar's Lightyear. Have you seen anything for Lightyear?
Yep. I saw the theatrical trailer for that. I've been, since that was announced, I've been pretty excited about that because I always, I was exactly the right age to love Buzz Lightyear when I was a kid, right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
They had the Buzz Lightyear Star Command animated series that I caught a bit of. I was a little too old for it at that point, but I caught a little bit of it. But I've always had that nostalgia for Buzz in my heart, and it looks like Chris Evans is really going for it.
Yeah, I like the concept that it's the movie that caused the Buzz Lightyear craze in Toy Story. I think that's fun.
That is such a fun idea.
Yeah, and what seems to be the plot of the movie itself is interesting, right? Almost like the formation of Star Command and like space exploration for them, or even a multiversal exploration, it seems. And when I was a kid, Toy Story 2, I freaking loved Emperor Zurg.
Yes.
And so I'm just happy that they're like, no, it's all of it. Zurg's in there and whatever. We're just having fun.
The whole deal.
Yeah. I want to say I know somebody that saw parts of it or something, like it was an early showing, and not Spots. Oh my gosh, the cat's name, that robotic cat that Buzz is going to have in the trailer, played by Stephen Root, I think.
Oh, I don't remember I don't remember the name.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it looks so stupidly cute and fun. And, yeah, and I'm excited. Will I see it in theaters? Will you see it in theaters? The question.
That's probably not. I'll probably wait for it to hit Disney Plus, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Unless it just happens to be a time to go. There are given the option of other things that are coming out that I'm like, I'll rather see you in theaters.
Yeah. But I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next one. If we could talk about this, Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's
Dominion.
That's one of the ones I'm the most excited about, because I remember when they were filming that one in 2020, and all of them were living in the same hotel or the same house or whatever it was. And I've been so hyped for it, since then.
Yeah, and truthfully, the trailers have delivered for me.
Yeah,
really, you're giving me the goods.
Yes,
I like that it's a blend of the legacy characters and the new characters instead of just
one or the other
cameos or one or two. They're just here's one trio, here's your other trio. Although it's usually just Claire and Chris Pratt's character, whose name I cannot remember, but Owen. His name is Owen. And they kind of their third person is always is always somebody slightly different. But it looks good, and they seem to be remembering that a lot of what makes Jurassic Park very successful is its thematic presence. It's not just there are scary dinosaurs. It's what story are you telling? Where's the heart? What? And I think Jurassic World does a pretty good job at that. It's really interested in the commentary on consumerism, right? And scientific consumerism, right? And that's continuing the thread of the very first film. And so I'm glad that they're Colin Trevorrow has opted to carry that through into what will be the end. That's I like these movies because they're more than just big monster movies. There's lots of big monster movies out there, but I'm just tickled pink that some of my favorite characters from my childhood are back.
I know.
I don't always get that way, nostalgia, about some things. I'm oh yeah, that's cool. I can't wait to see something like that. That was from my youth, I guess. That's fine. But there's something about Alan Grant.
I know you.
I just love Alan
How can
Grant.
you not? How can you not love Dr. Alan Grant? Yeah.
So this is interesting, Frank. I teach high school, as you're aware. I was
What?
teaching Frankenstein. Yeah, what? I know. It's crazy. I was teaching Frankenstein, and I gave an essay that they had to watch. They had to watch a film that took its inspiration from Frankenstein, either a direct either like a direct like 1931's Frankenstein or Young Frankenstein or something
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, something along those lines, or a thematic like successor of Frankenstein, Blade Runner, Ex Machina, Jurassic Park, Edward Scissorhands, whatever. So it had one kid write about, I had a lot of them write about Jurassic Park. They opted because they could choose whatever they wanted. But one of them wrote about how Alan Grant is a Byronic hero like Victor Frankenstein, in that they're antisocial, they don't care about other people's feelings, and that it is about like the hard bottom line, and like they go into this. It was like it was a good argument, and I was
wow, yeah,
I could totally get behind him being a Byronic hero. Like that's like he's like, no, it's all about the natural world and not I don't care about this man-made reality, and like because his whole thing with computers and like, but he basically like comes out of that. Like the movie is about him like becoming the anti-Byronic hero because he's like starts to care about people and kids and why kids matter, the relationships that you can form and like that kind of stuff. Like I thought it was great. Like
that's solid. Yeah, that is solid.
Yeah. So anyway, Jurassic Park has layers. It's great, and I'm very excited about Dominion. Mostly, I'm excited that the dinosaurs have feathers. Some of them,
sure.
Because as you know, Frank, I'm a big dinosaur nerd. You're aware of this.
I am aware of this.
Yes. Yeah. Top 10 fandoms, dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And so a lot of dinosaur species have feathers, and I'm glad that they're working that in here somewhere because they knew that they had feathers in the 90s.
Sure.
And Steven Spielberg, quote, said, colorful feathered dinosaurs are not scary.
I mean, it's true. He's not
brown
wrong.
Dinosaurs are scary.
Yeah.
I think he is wrong. Like, I think he actually is flat out wrong. I don't know if you watched the latest trailer to which you see two feathered dinosaurs.
True. Okay.
They look just as scary as the other ones.
Let me rephrase on Steven's behalf. I call him Steven. We're friends.
You should be.
Colorful feathered dinosaurs could not yet be done in CG in 1993. That is really what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah, I can get behind that. Maybe the what they would have created with feathers would not have been scary.
Sure. By the way, quick tangent. Did you know this? Because you're the most dinosaur expert I know, and I only recently learned this. Scientists now think that T-Rex didn't have tiny arms that faced forward. They were actually wings that like faced backward. It makes more sense if you take those same bones that we think are tiny arms facing forward,
like a chicken.
It's more like a chicken wing where it goes backwards, and then it looks just like a chicken wing, and it makes more sense that those were wings and not tiny little arms sticking forward. Did you already know that?
I did not know that. That's awesome.
I mean, I guess it's a theory. I mean, no one knows for sure, but like makes so much more sense than like I have tiny little arms. Like no, they go backwards and they're wings. They're the bones for wings, but they don't have the feathers anymore to know that.
Yeah, that actually does make way more sense. And there was an article, journal article, published fairly recently about how T-Rex might be 3 separate species that they're like, and so like the Tyrannosaurus might be like this whole thing. But it was like hugely contended. Like people were like, no, your evidence sucks. And so like, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I don't know if that wing thing was part of that paper, which is why I mentioned it. I'm not positive, but I'm going to look it up. I will find out. Not right now. We don't have time to look it up now.
No. Anyway, digression.
Yeah, Frank, let's talk about a weird movie that I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if you've seen anything for this, but the Olivia Wilde director. Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah.
With Florence Pugh and Harry Styles and Chris Pine.
That looks
wild,
good.
I say that because of Olivia Wilde, but it looks it looks so good.
It does.
So very good.
Yes.
I wasn't sure what to expect. People are like, Olivia Wilde director is supposed to be very good, and I'm like, okay. And then I like Florence Pugh a lot. Harry Styles is a very talented man. Chris Pine's in it, so I'm going to watch it.
Right.
And that's no shame. The best of the 3 Chris's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. They're very talented. All three Chris's.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, for very different reasons. But I just love Chris Pine. And so, yeah, it looks wild. Like, I don't know what to expect. Like, it's like this weird timepiece, but it's kind of like the nuclear test, but it's kind of like Manhattan Project meets Stepford Wives meets some trippy Twilight Zone episode. Like, I can't meet some sexy 80s movie. Like, I don't there's a lot happening.
There
and
is.
I can't wait to watch it. I like September. I just can't wait.
Yeah. Is it that far away? September?
Yeah, it's September. It's like the middle of September or something like that.
That one looks really, really interesting. That one, I think Marissa and I both want to see that one.
Yeah, Don't Worry, Darling. That is not a movie that my wife.
Yes.
That is not a movie that my wife will enjoy. So that will be on my own.
My wife loves Olivia Wilde, and we saw the trailer. I forget where we saw it, but we were both like, yeah, that's what we want to see.
Yeah,
for sure. And I think that one. When you said a weird movie, I wasn't sure where you were going with that because have you seen the trailer for the new Baz Luhrmann film?
Yeah, the Elvis movie.
Elvis.
Oh my gosh, it looks great.
It looks so good, and I'm so interested because I've loved Elvis ever since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I am really interested to see how they tell that story.
So
how he tells that story, with his very stylized style.
So apparently it's going through. I read something. I think one of the Presley relatives. I can't remember who exactly were invited to watch.
It's
the movie.
Priscilla. I
Priscilla.
saw this
Yes.
too.
Yeah. So so they're talking about like what version of the story that they're telling, and maybe it wasn't in Priscilla's write-up, but one, she liked it, which is good.
Yes.
But I guess it's really focused on the relationship between Elvis and his manager, whose name I escape.
Colonel Tom Parker.
Colonel Tom Parker, right? Thank you.
Played by Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, right? And so it's not just your typical biopic, I guess. Like it's purely focused on their relationship, which will move pretty steadily through his time as being the man.
Yeah.
The king.
The king.
So yeah, I'm so excited. I like Baz Luhrmann.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, have I disliked a Baz Luhrmann film now that I think about it? I don't think so.
Gatsby.
I love Gatsby. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It
wasn't for me. But it's because I was coming to it from I love the book so much that I like it just a Baz Luhrmann take on the book was never gonna satisfy me.
No, I can totally get behind that. Yeah. But like I liked Gatsby because it was trying to be like, this is why people act the way they act, but through but using like a maybe modern narrative plus music to like deliver it. Mm-hmm. Not even the narrative. It's just like, I don't know. It was fairly pretty. Also,
yes, it was.
Yeah, and I thought it was well cast.
It was.
Truthfully, I was there for Joel Egerton more than anybody else. He was the perfect Tom. Yes. He was so good.
Yes,
so good. But anyway, Elvis.
Looks great.
Fantastic. No, when I was saying weird choice, did you see the Puss in Boots trailer?
No, I haven't seen that actually.
So I didn't care one lick. That was a cat joke. And I didn't care at all. And a friend of mine was like, "You watch this trailer, like, please." And so, like, I watched it, and I was like, "This has no right to look as good as it does." Like, the story looks ridiculously fun. Everybody's having a good time, and I think it looks like one of the better animated movie. Like, I'm more excited to see it than I have many animated movies in the past several years.
Huh. I did not know. I have not seen anything about this actually.
It's called Puss in Boots.
Antonio Banderas.
The Last Wish.
It's the whole.
So its thing is that the whole thing is that like he's Puss in Boots and he's like, I have 9 lives, so it's no big deal. And then like finally someone's like, Puss, how many times have you died? And he's like, I haven't died. And they're like, well, how about this time? So he's on his last life.
Gotcha.
And it just looks so fun. So ridiculously fun.
What a fun concept.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Frank, let's talk about Thor: Love and Thunder.
Speaking of the Chris's.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we might as well hit all three of them while we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much exactly what I was looking for in this movie. Fun.
Yes.
Because I was looking for some fun. It's going to hit you with some heart because that's what Taika does.
Mm-hmm.
Some shoddy green screen work in the trailer. It's like, whew, this does not look good. But maybe you'll fix it. Maybe you won't. I don't know. There was no sign of Gore, the bad guy.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Don't need to see him.
We got the Guardians.
Gonna watch the movie anyway. Loved seeing the Guardians.
Got 2 Chris's for the price of 1.
Yeah. No, I consider him the 4th Chris. Yeah.
Wait, now I'm...
Chris, there's Pratt, who I consider the 4th Chris.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Let's go Pratt, Hemsworth, Evans, Pine.
Oh, Evans. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Of course, Evans. Yes.
I don't think Evans
Pratt's
has a trailer somewhere in here in what we're going to talk about. But, yeah. So,
yes.
Yeah. I oscillate between Evans and Pine as my... my favorites.
Same.
Pretty sure it's Pine. Anyway, it looks great. I'm excited. It's got with the Thor. I've been like waiting for like they always get a little bit closer to the Thor that I want. And so just in the general look of him and his demeanor, I don't love stoic Thor, like constantly stoic Thor. Because mythological Thor is not stoic.
Right.
He's kind of an idiot. And so I like Chris Hemsworth's like kind of an idiot Thor. And, but he's got a big heart and I just love it.
He does, yeah.
And Lady Thor, right, also just known as Thor.
So I was not going to watch the trailer for this. Like when it came out on the internet, and like,
but then you saw Doctor
about
Strange. Yeah.
Well, yes, but I wasn't going to watch it. But I managed to get told about what happens in the last shot of the.
Oh, okay.
Trying. I wasn't actively avoiding it, but I was somewhat avoiding it. And then I heard mentioned on a podcast, that who shows up at the very end of the trailer, which I already knew that this person is in. Should I not be saying it or whatever?
Well, we're talking about the trailers, so I feel like if you're listening to think about trailers, then I can't help you.
So Natalie Portman, like I knew she was in the film. I knew she was going to be, Jane Foster was going to be Thor. Like I'd heard that already, so I wasn't surprised by it. But it was that thing of like I heard about it long enough ago that I sort of forgot.
Kind of forgot.
And I would have been surprised to see her in the film. But then I was reminded. So anyway, once I'd heard
I don't think you would have been able to avoid it at any point.
Probably not.
There's
probably
like
not.
Staying spoiler free by not watching trailers or many of them, but then there's like you might just see the poster one day.
Exactly.
And there she is.
Yeah, so. Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Is she going to be on the posters? Is she going to be like, I don't know how prominent she's going to be. Anyway, but then I saw the trailer before Doctor Strange, and I was just absolutely delighted. Even though I knew it was coming, I was still absolutely delighted. So
she looks great.
She looks fit. Yeah.
I mean, the costume looks great. She gained a lot of muscle. Like, it's cool. What I thought was so strange is that I know it's Natalie Portman. Like, I know she's Jane Foster. I know she's Thor, the mighty Thor. It looks like Darcy in the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Darcy.
It looks like Darcy.
It's
and
a quick shot. It's a real quick, glimpse. Which was well done. But yeah, I'm excited. I am excited for that. So it had the intended effect. It got me hyped. It definitely got me hyped, and I was already looking forward to it. But that much more.
Yeah, Frank. Let's talk about a movie another kids movie. I didn't think I was going to be hyped for. Then I saw the trailer, 2 trailers, and now I'm hyped. It's Super Pets. DC Comics Super Pets.
I did.
It looks really cute.
It looks really cute. It does look really fun.
Yeah, like it probably will be fine, and certainly not for my age group at all.
Yeah,
but it looks really cute, and
I think it's going to be fun. I'm actually kind of surprised that it's coming to theaters because it looks like a direct-to-video release. It looks like a direct-to-streaming.
Yes, some of the designs are wonky. Like Superman,
if not for the cast, Yeah, I would think it would just be a direct to streaming. Like if it was just if they pulled in sort of typical, Warner Brothers animated, voice actor cast of like a John DiMaggio and Tara Strong and like those kind of people, it could be a straight to streaming film. But they get a celebrity cast and then they put it in theaters.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson. Pretty sure John Krasinski is Superman, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, right, that it's the focus on the pets, and that's like, they get captured, so it's up to the pets to save the day. That's fun, man. I would have loved that when I was a kid.
Yeah,
so,
totally.
Yeah. So I'm on board.
Do you find that you're looking at kids' movies in a new light now that you're a parent?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's obviously, my daughter's too young to watch them now anyway. Mm-hmm. So pediatrician says no screens for 18 months, and we adhere to that, because we want her to have a brain.
Yes,
so
that'd be great.
It would be very good.
Because I am also looking at these things in a new light. I haven't mentioned this on the show yet, but we're having a baby.
Frank and I are having a baby,
yes,
everybody. Yeah.
Yes, we had a lovely little ceremony. No, my wife and I are having a baby in June. So I'm now also thinking about these things, and it's in a similar thing of like, I can't wait until the kids' movies that are coming out are movies that are age appropriate for our kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because I don't love tons of modern kids movies.
Yeah,
like they move very fast. It's all about keeping them engaged with bright colors.
That's right.
Quick edits and fast motion. I'm like, that's not great for brain development. Like, and so I'm more apt to put on Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Just for a little while. But some of them look so fun at the same time that I am also looking forward to like being able to watch Super Pets or Minions: The Rise of Gru or whatever.
Yes.
But
like
but I also don't want to get trapped. I also don't want to get trapped into a cycle of like that only being the only thing that she likes, and she doesn't like Mr. Rogers because it's not flashy enough or something.
Enough, right? But once they're like 7 or 8 or something, when they're in that a kid who's like 7 or 8 and watching Super Pets, like that's going to be so fun for them.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it will be in my house.
Yeah,
them do rules.
Sure. Yes.
Gotta like the superheroes. Otherwise, you just live in a box.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to start you on Super Pets. Then we're going to go to Batman the Animated Series. And when you're a little bit older, don't tell Mom, but we're going to watch Harley Quinn. It's going to be fine.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Right?
It's going to be great. Going to be great. A movie that I don't know how I feel about, and I don't know if you've seen anything for this, is David Cronenberg's new movie, Crimes of the Future. Have you seen anything about this?
I have not seen anything about this one, no.
It looks so disturbing because David Cronenberg.
Sure.
But I'm going to read the synopsis to you,
okay.
so you know what the movie's about, and you could, since you haven't seen the trailer, tell me if you want to see this movie. As the human species adapts to a synthetic environment, the body undergoes new transformations and mutations. Accompanied by his partner, celebrity performance artist Saul Tesner, showcases the metamorphosis of his organs. Meanwhile, a mysterious group tries to use Saul's notoriety to shed light on the next phase of human evolution.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Right?
Yeah.
Starring Viggo Mortensen.
Nice.
Léa Seydoux, Kristen Stewart.
Wow.
Yeah, solid cast.
Yeah, that sounds really, really good.
Yeah, you watch the trailer. It's so weird. And I can't wait. Like, sometimes you just need a weird movie, Like, it's not for everybody, just for you. It feels like what this is going to be.
Sure.
Body horror. You just need sometimes body horrors just to remind you that to love your body, even if it hates you.
There you go. What's the name of that film again?
It is called Crimes of the Future.
Crimes of the Future. Okay. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Something that I think we are both maybe excited about, maybe not. I actually have no idea how you feel about this, so I'm excited to talk to you about it. Avatar: The Way of Water. I assume you saw the trailer because you saw Doctor Strange.
I did see the trailer, yes. Well, the trailer was on in the room.
I mean, that's how I felt, and I was watching it with both my eyes.
I was looking at my phone because I don't really care about Avatar.
You're looking at your phone in the movie theater, Frank?
Only during
didn't Nicole Kidman come on to tell you not to do
lights
that?
Get turned down. The lights were still
No,
on.
what? You're ruining the like. What if something like? What if I'm sitting diagonally back of you, and you're the jerk that's looking at his phone, even though because you're not into the movie, but I'm into the movie, like, or I'm into the trailers behind me.
I agree. There was no one behind me because there were 2 people in the theater.
Oh, okay, then all right. Please continue.
But I agree. If there was someone behind me, I would not have been looking at my phone because then there's a little white light blue light in the corner of their eye distracting them from what's on the screen, and I hate that.
I hate it.
No, I would not.
So much.
But
so you don't care about Avatar at all?
Not really. I'm not going to see it.
Wow, you care that little about Avatar that you're not even going to see it. That's cool.
I don't think so. Now I say that, and then the movie will come out and it'll get great reviews, and then I'll be curious, and then I'll see it. But as of right now, I have no. I'm not gonna rush to see it opening weekend. Certainly,
I don't necessarily care about the first one. I find the story fairly basic. It's a story that we've told many times before. Mm-hmm. I'm interested in how Cameron is going to push movies forward, because that's his big thing, right? Like, okay, so what, like, my next trick is to, make it feel like you are underwater while you just happen to be watching the movie. Sure. So I'm not really interested in Avatar. I'm interested in James Cameron and how he's using Avatar to change movies.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
So I want to go for the technical aspect of the movie, but as far as the trailer is concerned, it's a movie.
Yeah, it didn't show you much. It was just sort of like, remember 13 years ago, remember how much you loved the blue people? Well, they're back.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm like, yeah, they were fine.
Yeah,
it's man versus nature. I get it. Yeah, it's not. I like the people in it, like, are very talented.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's very pretty. Like, it's fine, but it just doesn't. I don't know enough about it as a story for me to be like, oh well, yeah, I have to know how water works. I gotta learn about those ways. but I also know that, like, that water's not real, right. And like, so I like gotta know how you did that. And I know, like, in a computer is an easy answer, but
how did you actually do that?
How are you manipulating light to make it look like that?
Right.
Because it's never looked like that in a movie before. That's the part that I'm interested in. Of course, it's not going to be like I have a little James Cameron in the corner of the screen telling me any of these things. So, but
imagine that. Imagine like another, like an alternate version of the movie where there's like little fun facts pop up at the bottom from like James Cameron. Like this scene was shot in a. Like, whatever.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I would be on board for that. It would make me more interested in seeing Avatar than just the movie in of itself, because I just
described the director's commentary as if it was a new idea. It's just it's just a director's commentary is all I'm talking about.
Yeah, but instead you have to read it.
Yeah.
I'm not in the movie theater. I'm not opposed.
Yeah.
Last trailer before we wrap up, Jordan Peele's Nope.
Mm-hmm.
You a big Jordan Peele fan?
I've really enjoyed his films. Yeah. I mean, I knew him as a comedian first, obviously, but like I was blown away. This guy has this kind of filmmaking chops, and like from Get Out, I've been really following him. His take on the Twilight Zone was awesome. Mm-hmm. And so I really, really dig what he's been doing the last 7-8 years.
Yeah, I saw Get Out a lot later than
that's
many
right.
people.
I remember that.
So
yeah.
I found it quite overhyped by the time that I got to it. Like, I recognized, like, yes, it's very well made, but I need it. I wish I distanced myself from it's the greatest movie of the last 20 years crowd before I watched it. I should rewatch it to see how I feel about it.
I would urge you to do that, actually.
Yeah. I enjoyed Us quite a bit. So, like, I know it's not Jordan Peele's being overhyped. Right. I could tell that. I know that he's very talented.
Yeah.
Because I liked Us. It was it was creepy.
And Nope looks really.
It looks great.
Creepy. It looks. Yeah. It has the premise is so interesting. to me.
I still don't really know what the premise is apart from the trailer. So they're some of the first Hollywood horse trainers and owners. And so, but besides that, I'm like, is it aliens? Like that's as far as I got. That's all I know.
I think
I think so.
That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, but that's sort of.
But Jordan Peele's also really good at like making you think one thing and it's completely different. Those are the last two movies. It's this.
True. That's true.
No, it's not that. Oh,
it's the mystery of it that I think looks like is what's intriguing to me. But it is being described as like science fiction horror and not just horror. So take that for
Although I would say that they're all science fiction horror, like right? Yeah,
I guess that's true.
This one definitely. If this is aliens, it's definitely
sure.
It's definitely more than others.
Yeah. But you're right. Yes, there is a science aspect to each of them. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But man, I'm excited.
I'm hyped for.
Yeah. Do you know when this one's? Do you actually know when it's coming out?
Oh, I don't know offhand. I can use my lookup. We haven't used them so far. Why not? But it does look. It looks very, very good. And July 22nd. It comes out. So not too long now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's close to my birthday. Maybe it'll be my birthday movie.
There you go. I like that. Lots to look forward to this summer / this year in general.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these that we said they're coming out anywhere between now and November, I think. So I think Thor's one of the latest ones. And there's stuff that's coming out that we haven't seen anything for yet. We haven't seen anything for Wakanda Forever. We've seen a little bit of stuff for Flash and Black Panther, but not, Flash and Black Adam, but, not tons. So, but I'm excited about those too. So we'll see.
I am too.
We'll see. Well, Frank, where can the people find us?
Hey, you can support us over at patreon.com/thoughtbubbleaudio. $1 a month gets you in the door and helps us to keep making these podcasts. You can head over to thoughtbubbleaudio.com to see all of our shows, running the gamut from superhero shows to general pop culture shows to film to all sorts of podcasts. This show, you can find the show notes and all the links to things we talked about at beerwithgeeks.com and our 400 and some odd past episodes you'll find there as well, archived. And you can rate and review us or subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you get your podcasts.
Well, that was wonderful, Frank. Thanks for wrapping all that up for us. And it's great to speak with you. But until next time, cheers.
Cheers.